Hey everybody, welcome back to Horror Trans. My name is Stephanie Marie. I'm a transgender woman. I talk about all things horror. And today I'm tackling the creature feature-ish, question mark, Ghoulies. I say question mark because the poster and the marketing of this movie made you think it was another Gremlins knockoff. Uh, Akin to Critters and the like. Munchies, etc. That is not what this movie is. This movie's misleading. So, I actually had to watch this movie twice before I could fully appreciate it. The first time I watched it was way back in 2004. I got it on DVD. I bought it at a pawn shop. It was one of the very first DVDs I bought. I bought it because it had a picture of a critter coming out of, ghoulie, coming out of a toilet, and I thought, oh cool, this will be a fun little monster movie. I love Gremlins. I liked Critters 2, and Munchies was passable, I guess. But I thought, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. And I was disappointed. In fact, I was so confused and disappointed and pissed off at this movie that I turned it off at the dinner scene. I didn't go past the dinner scene. So I never finished the movie. And I let 20 years go by, almost. 19 years go by. Before I watched it again this year, just like a week ago. Going into it knowing what it was, I changed my perspective on it. I listened to a podcast, a horror podcast I like to listen to, where they discussed it, and I was open to what they had to say about it. And I decided to give it another shot with a fresh pair of eyes. So that's my personal experience with Ghoulies. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now, if you've not seen Ghoulies, it is not a little monster movie at all. There are little monsters in it, but they're background characters. And what I mean by that is, okay, so the movie is actually best described as a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. You have a sorcerer who is performing a ritual to summon the Ghoulies, basically, these spirits, and he's going to use their powers to give him power and make him all-powerful so he can have the knowledge and the power, blah, blah, blah. And in order to complete the ritual, he has to sacrifice his child, his baby. Well, the mother of the baby breaks the spell that she's under and rescues the baby and gives the baby to another wizard who takes the baby and flees and raises the baby as his own. And then as an adult, the now man comes back home to his childhood home, the mansion his dad, the wizard, grew up in, and discovers that his dad was a wizard and starts studying magic himself and summons the Ghoulies and tells them they can wander around the house as long as they stay invisible to everyone but him. So the Ghoulies are present in like 75-80% of the scenes in this movie, but they're not interactive. They're just there watching the action, which the first half of this movie is a domestic squabble. It's the man who is studying to become a wizard like his father, and his I'm gonna say partner. I don't know if it's a girlfriend or fiance or wife, but his female partner is going to school. He drops out of school to stay home and, he says fix up the house, but he's staying home to play wizard. And the girlfriend or partner walks in on him playing wizard one day and leaves him, and then he casts a spell on her to bring her back and ends up summoning a couple of dwarves, magic dwarves, I'll say. I don't know. Like I said, this is not what you thought you were getting into. And then somehow the dwarves trick him into resurrecting his dead dad. And then all of his friends die one by one at the hands of the critters, or the ghoulies. I'm going to keep saying critters because I'm not saying critters like trademark the movie Critters. I'm saying critters like little critters. Because that's what they are. They're called ghoulies, but they're fucking critters. They're little critter creatures. And then everybody dies, and then, there's a big wizard battle at the end, and then the end. Like I said, a weird fucking movie. If you go into it knowing that you're going to have wizards fighting wizards and summoning dwarfs, and there's going to be magic, spells, and rituals, and spell casting, and all that stuff, then you've set your expectations accordingly. You can enjoy this movie. This is a B movie, by the way. This is not a well-acted movie. It is not got a coherent storyline. And when I say not well acted, I mean this is like over-the-top, cheesy, balls-to-the-wall B movie acting. I'm talking B movie acting on purpose. And I'm not going to give examples. I'm just going to say this movie's ridiculous in the acting department. It's cheesy as fuck. It's up there on the same level of cheesiness. It's beyond Killer Clowns. This is up there with like Troll 2 level of cheesy acting. So don't expect good acting from this movie. However, it does have an interesting plot, and once you get past the fact that the Ghoulies are just set dressing, more or less, it's not a bad movie. So I have not seen the sequels yet. I only just recently rewatched the original. And I am going to recommend this one as a buy because it was a lot of fun once I went into it with the proper expectations. If you go into it expecting a Gremlins, Critters, Munchies type of movie, you're going to be sorely disappointed. One, it doesn't have the production values of those movies. Well, maybe Munchies, but that's another story. It doesn't have the acting of like Gremlins. It's no Steven Spielberg or Chris Columbus. This is, I don't want to say trauma, but it's like trauma / Full Moon level of cheese. This isn't a Full Moon picture, but it's like it could have been. I would have believed if you told me this was a Full Moon picture. I would have believed you. I would have believed it. So set your expectations accordingly, and you can enjoy this movie. And yeah, it's a lot of fun once you go into it knowing what it is.